Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending where you're joining us in the world. And welcome to another video by Breakout Solutions and Decrypting Crypto. My name is Wassim, I'm one of your hosts here. And today I'm interviewing a very special guest. Now, before I introduce you guys to the guest that we're having today, you guys know how much I love personal development and how much I've told you over and over again that through my own personal development journey, I was able to become a better person than the person I am today. I'll be able to hold my relationships, lose weight, and just about achieve any goal that I wanted because of what's up here. And one of the things that I love doing is talking to people and finding out just one of those two golden nuggets that I can learn from them that I can apply to myself and apply in my life and find that next level for me. Today, like I said, I'm interviewing my dear friend, Peter Di Prinizio, who has an amazing story, has a book coming out in May. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna bring Peter on here, have a chat and find out how he's going to achieve all things that he's achieved in life. So without any further ado, Peter, welcome to the show. Please take a few moments to introduce yourself.
Thank you so much. I appreciate Wassim. And like you said, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are around the world. My name is Peter Di Prinizio and I'm an inspirational speaker. And why am I an inspirational speaker and I'm not a motivational speaker? Because my story, my talk is to inspire people rather than motivate them. Because once you inspire someone, I truly believe that that's a very long-term sort of gain desire. Motivation can last a week or two, a month, and then something happens and you go back to that, situational dark spot. But when you inspire somebody, it's here. It's in your heart, it's in you to keep going. So that's what I do. Why do I do what I do? And how did I start? Well, 40 years ago, yes, I'm 61, for the guys out there who are looking at me, and I don't dye my hair, but I'm 61. So 40 years ago, at the age of 21, I was exposed to a motivational seminar here in Sydney, and there was something that came out of that event, that when I was walking back to the car to go home, there was something in my heart that said, I want to be a speaker. That's all I said. That's all I thought, and I put it out there. I didn't know how, didn't know where, but there was something in me that said, I want to be like these guys, inspire those people or motivate them at the time. Now, what happened was, at the time I was working at a company and I told my boss that that's what I wanted to do. And he looked at me, and I remember this so clearly. His name was Mr. Seth Williams. He said, you know what, Peter? You've got what it takes to be one, but let me give you some advice. You need a good story to share. Now, I didn't know what he meant by that. You know what I meant? I actually thought he meant when I come on stage, I need a good joke to break the ice. That's what I'm thinking. But little did I know, that's not what he meant. And that's not what the universe, or in my case, I believe in God, what God was preparing me for. And without going too much into it, that was 40 years ago. I've now gone through my apprenticeship, 40 years, guys, 40 years. So my one of the advice I give you, if you have a dream, if you have a desire, if you have a want of something truly wanted, never, ever give up, ever, because you don't know what's around the corner. You don't know when it's going to happen. Remember, it's the universe or it's God's timing or whatever you believe in. It's their timing, not yours. You just got to keep believing it and it'll manifest. So 40 years and now I'm living my dream. But what happened was 3 months after I put that out, that I wanted to be a speaker, the obstacles and challenges started to happen in university.
And that's how life works, right?
And that's how life works, yeah.
I love it.
I'm going to give you and the listeners the secret here. This is a secret that may shock some people. We've all been told, set a goal, set a dream, and then go for it, right? Go out. Go chase your dream. Well, I'm here to change that and tell you the secret. When you have something in your subconscious mind and you want that dream, that desire, that want, I'll tell you what happens. The universe is already got it there. It's there already. And then it'll attract you like a magnet, attract you towards it. But then life says, hang on, I'm going to put an obstacle in front of you. And I'm going to put another obstacle in front of you. And I'm going to put another one. And what my research tells me, Wassim, is that by the third obstacle, adversity or challenge, people give up. They go, oh, it's too hard, can't do it, it's impossible. It's that person with the willpower and the want and that inspiration to keep going. Once you get past the third, fourth, then you can handle the rest. And let me tell you, I've had many over 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm living my dream today.
Yeah. You know what? I think you've really nailed it on the head. And I can tell you from personal experience through my own journey, you know, my first business failed. My second business didn't do as well. I was able to get out of there without losing too much money. Then another business didn't do too well. And then my gym failed. And then my coaching business didn't do too well because it happened when my gym was failing. And now, the past 2 years, I found that everything that I've learned over these years were just setting me up for what I'm doing right now.
Exactly.
And this I'm running right now is being more profitable and is growing exponentially much more than I've ever had anything in my life before. And I've had some pretty successful businesses with some pretty high turnover. But what I'm experiencing right now in terms of fulfillment, in terms of motivation, in terms of inspiration, in terms of helping people, in terms of the people we're attracting, it all came together, but I needed all that experience.
That's right. Exactly. I mean, I can only do what I do now as a speaker, as a mentor, as a mindset coach, is because of my 40 years of my apprenticeship and my obstacles and adversity. And let me tell you, I've had some, amongst many, but 7, which my book will be coming out, which I'll share, is 7 major things that happened that I had to overcome. And the last one was 9 years ago. And I will tell this, I won't tell you everything else. It's like, we discussed the other day, it's like a movie, true? I don't want to give too much away because then you spoil the movie. But one of the things that I had to overcome 9 years ago, and that was the 7th, so I had 6 prior to that, was terminal cancer. Now, you imagine getting told 2014, listen, you'll never walk again. It's terminal, it's incurable, and this is how long you got to live. That's basically where I was laying down on that bed and hearing it from the oncologist. Well, I learned because of the 6 things before that, and pretty much, up to then was about 30 odd years of adversity and challenges. One thing I did learn, I had to do what I preach, and that is that never give up and have purpose. So I remember that night when he told me, Peter, this is your situation. It's terminal, it's incurable. This is how I'm going to live, and you'll never walk again because of the type of cancer I had. Well, my response, and here's another thing your listeners should know. When you're faced with an obstacle or challenge, guys, don't react. That's negative. Respond. That's positive. I hear football commentators on rugby league or whatever say, oh, they lost last week. Let's see what their reaction is this week. Well, that's the wrong word. They shouldn't react. They should respond. And that's what I did. So I responded. And I pretty much said to the oncologist, well, doctor, with all due respect, that diagnosis is not going to happen. So I responded. And without going too much into it, well, I'm here 9 years later. And guess what? Not only am I walking, I'm playing football, soccer, which I've been playing for 47 odd years. And now I'm still playing. So it just shows you that the mind, the subconscious mind, I should say, is the most powerful weapon we have, guys. It doesn't know what's real and what's not, but accepts everything as a fact. So be careful what you tell yourself, self-talk, what you see, what you visualize, what you feel, because your body will react if it's negative, and it's going to happen. And then you wonder why I'm always in debt. Why am I can't make money? Why this? Because you're attracting it. And then this is not a session on law of attraction, but the principle is exactly the same. And I had to learn that I didn't accept that I had terminal cancer. I actually accepted that I was healed. Was I at the time? No. July 2014, I was in hospital for a month. No. It took me 6-7 months. Did I have treatment? Yeah. Did I do this? Yeah. But let me tell you, 80%, and I've been asked to speak at cancer meetings, 80% is attitude, response. Yeah. Do you accept it or you don't? I didn't accept it. Did I have it? Absolutely. And that comes my next advice to your listeners. If you do not control circumstances around you, then circumstances around you is going to control you. anything in life, financial, personal, emotional, health, whatever. Understand that principle. If you don't control it, it will control you. So I had to control it. And here I am today talking to you and to your listeners. I'm living proof. That the mind is the most powerful, subconscious mind is the most powerful weapon we have to overcome anything we face in life.
I love it. And look, I think so far, the things that I've learned from you just in the past, we've been talking about 15, 20 minutes. I've kind of lost track of time. First of all, it's about never giving up and always going to that next level, because that's the next level that you're going to succeed at. And I love that. I've had people say to me, like, you've been through so much shit and there's so many things, and how do you keep doing it? I'm like, well, what am I going to do? I'm not going to lay down. When I lost when I went through the 2020 and had to close my gym down, sell my house and everything. Yeah, there was a period of time when I didn't want to do anything. Like, I was in that depression, everything else. I didn't want to do anything, but you can only feel sorry for yourself for a long enough period. Like, what the hell? I can't do this anymore. And I went through that self-pity, but also I think you definitely spoke about, the way you respond and the language. I think that is so important. The language that we use within ourselves is so important.
Absolutely.
Negative to positive language. Like just you saying the word react to respond is so important. People don't realize how important language is.
That's what I'm saying. It's the basic. The old formula, the KISS formula, keep it simple, stupid. That's it. I mean, I'm a school dropout, guys. I'm a school dropout, but I've learned. And remember this, a winner was once a loser who just never gave up. And we got to remember that. And Muhammad Ali, who became world champion at the teenage years, later, like 17, 18, 19, he used to go around saying, I am the greatest, even before he became world champion. But he said it, self-taught, he put it out there, and he made it manifest. He became one of our greatest boxers in heavyweight champion of the world. Why? Because he believed he was the greatest.
Yeah.
Was he at the time, 18, 19, 20? No. But he became, because he believed it.
Yeah.
See?
And that's exactly what I'm saying. The third thing, and that's exactly what I agree with you. So never giving up, the language you use, but also your attitude. Attitude makes a difference. Like, people do not realize how important attitude is. And I'm sure you agree with me on this, as an employer, I look for attitude more than skill. Yeah. If I get someone sitting in front of me, they can have all the skills in the world, but they've got a crappy attitude, I don't want them in my team.
I totally agree. You hear some of the greatest and most powerful men in the world, business people, they'll say, give me someone with all the education, university degrees and everything, but if I have someone who doesn't have it but has the right attitude, that's the person I employ. That's the difference. Life is the same. Attitude.
That's right. So the same way, life will reward you to your attitude. Right. You approach life. You wake up in the morning. Look, and we all have our bad days. So no one's saying like you can't wake up. We all have our bad days, right? You wake up in the morning, but how do you approach life? Do you wake up miserable and you stay miserable, or do you wake up and go, I'm going to own my day? You know what I mean? So that is the attitude that you show up in life that's going to make a huge difference.
Yeah. And look, and we'll finish off on this because I know your time is precious and for your people. One thing, and again, I will share this with your people, purpose. 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 Guys, when you have purpose, and I'm talking true purpose, that one will make you wake up tomorrow morning. Two, it'll make you wake up the next one and the next and the next. Because when I had terminal cancer, I had to have purpose. And if you ever come to my event, and please, anyone in Sydney, I've got May the 7th, I've got an event, you will hear my full story. And let me tell you, what I share with you about cancer is only 1 out of 7 over 40 years. But one thing across the board is I never gave up. 1, 2, purpose, and my attitude was right. And I didn't react, I responded. But purpose is very important. Have a reason to wake up tomorrow, whatever you're facing, whatever circumstances, and keep going. Remember, that goal, that dream is attracting you. Life will put obstacles, the devil, whatever you want to believe in, will put obstacles to stop you. because that's how it works. But it's up to you then to have the attitude to say, no way. At 61, I'm living my dream. 40 years ago, at 21, I believed it. I had it. It was in my heart, and now I'm living the dream.
Yeah, I love that, man. So just to recap, and we'll go back and speak about your event in a second. So
Sure.
So remember, the first thing is never giving up. Second is around the language that you use, and then also about the attitude. And then what was the last one again? Purpose. Have purpose. I love that. So those 4 things, guys. And you know what? I totally, even me, I have a belief, and this is actually I like Peter, I also believe in God. And I believe that God will never put something on me that I can't handle.
Absolute fact.
Whatever God has bestowed upon me, whatever calamity God has put on me, I believe that God would not have put that in my life unless I can handle it. And God knew eternally that I can handle it.
Yeah. But he also, and that guy that he kicked out, called Satan, out of his community, he's the one's going to come back and trying to stop you and put things in your mind and say you'll never do it. It's hard. Look at the economy, look at society, look at what the politicians do. They'll give you every reason. And I can guarantee you, there are people out there right now listening to us that at 2 o'clock this morning or yesterday, whatever, you probably woke up usually it's between 2 and 4 in the morning, waking up with a cold sweat, thinking you won't be able to do it. I'm going to lose everything, because that's when he gets you at your most vulnerable time in your subconscious.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm here to tell you that no, don't react, respond. Have purpose, never give up. And I'll add 3 more words to that. Never give up no matter what. And that means no matter what. And just go for it, because it will manifest. The miracle will happen. I'm living proof, guys, and I'm nothing special. I'm a school dropout, but I'm living proof of never giving up and having all those 4 things that made me get through 40 years. And now I'm living my dream.
Thank you very much, Pete. And look, I know you've got your book coming up, and I know it's on the 7th of May, and we will definitely be putting the link to the get a ticket for that in the description of this video. Let us know a little bit more about it and tell people what they need to know about this and why they should come.
Okay, so on May the 7th, I'm starting my tour around Australia, and the first one's in Sydney, because I live here in Sydney, and it's called the World Needs Hope Tour. So I put this together because, one, I share my story. As I said, I inspire people. So I think from anybody, say from the age of 15 to 90, you should come. It's 2 hours. I will share my full story live on stage. I have music, videos, I've got photos, everything about my whole life in a space of 2 hours. But one thing I will promise you, that you will walk out of there and your life will be changed forever. That I can promise you. I had a journalist at one of my events, and he wrote in the magazine, listening to Peter Di Prinizio's story is like a Hollywood movie script, except it happens to be real. And that's what I get. And it is. And you know what? I'm using my past now to help others, to inspire them. Remember, I'm not motivating you, I'm inspiring you. And I will, that's my purpose in life, is to inspire and give hope to you in the future. So it's May the 7th. It's here in Sydney, and you'll send the link, won't you?
Yep. The link will be the link will definitely be in the show description, and we'll put it up on the screen. What we might do is might make a short link, so it's easy for people to So it'll be something like breakout.co/Peter or something like that.
Whatever,
something like that. Yeah.
Please understand, guys, that that I'm not perfect. Hey, the reason why I do what I do is because I've screwed up and stuffed up, made wrong choices more than anybody else. You know what I mean? It's like the baseballer, I forget his name. You know, he's hit more home runs than anybody else, but he's had more outs than anybody else. So I've screwed up more than anybody, and that's why I use my past to help others. But please come along. Love to have you guys there. And that's up to you. Put in the link, and please understand you can't buy tickets at the door. It's only pre-booked only. because it's limited seats, so you can't walk up on the day and buy a ticket. It's just, unfortunately, we don't do that because the way we work. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you very much, Pete. I really, really appreciate you having here, man. I can't wait to be at your event. I'm definitely going to be there.
Thank you. Look forward to you having you there.
I'll be there. So I'm looking forward to learning about the World Needs Hope tour, because one thing the world does need today is it needs hope. I agree with you, Pete. Yep. I think we need more inspiration. We're living in a changing time. People don't realize how much the world is changing right now. And I think the more hope we can give people, the more inspiration, the better we can become. So guys, if you need, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're going through something and you want a way out, and you want to, you want someone who can show you that you can come out to the other end, this is the guy to listen to.
But even if you're not going through tough times, Wassim, because people, if you haven't, then I don't know where you've been, because everybody gets it.
Everybody goes through a tough time. I can guarantee you, person has been through a tough time.
I can guarantee you, if you haven't, I can guarantee you're going to. So it's good to have the heads up. And if you have a teenage, I'm talking 15 up, one of the things I do speak on stage, and just so you should bring them along. I'm a true believer that our young kids today, are our future leaders, politicians, teachers, parents. They're our future. And if we don't get their mindset right now, we're going to have a big problem 20, 30 years time. So please bring them along, because they'll get a lot out of it, right? A lot out of it. Okay?
Looking forward to it. I love it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And everyone else, have a great day. And as I always say, stack sats and stack banks. Peace out and stay crypto.
See you guys. Thanks. Ciao.